Hello and welcome to the Coffee Connection. My name is Will Warren. Coffee's simple, but balance in life is not always as easy. So join me today as we talk about some things that may be out of balance in your life and how we might be able to help each other. Let's get started. So I'm going to start by saying something that you've probably not heard. It goes against everything your parents taught you or your minister, your friends, your teachers. Don't be nice. That's right. I'm telling you explicitly not to be nice. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out and you should be cruel and mean to people. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm talking about is the difference between being nice and being genuine. A mentor of mine said it doesn't cost nothing to be nice. And that's a true statement. It is absolutely free to be nice to people. But so often we see in society today that people are being nice, but not being genuine. We see this on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, interactions on Instagram, where you'll have a picture of your children, your dog, your last meal, and your comment threads are filled with, oh, it's the prettiest child I've ever seen, or, oh my gosh, that's a great looking meal. But in reality, are they being genuine? Or are they just being nice? Had an experience recently that kind of brought all of this about. Was working with this gentleman who came to my house to perform some work out in our backyard, which certainly could use it, and trying to get our deck either repaired or replaced. And he came out and he said, oh, this is going to be an easy job. No problem. He walked me through how exactly he and his crew would come and disassemble the deck, pull out the slats or the boards, as it were, on top of the deck and extract the posts and dig everything out, put in pressurized concrete, level out new posts that would be strong and stable. Painted this beautiful picture of what my new deck would look like and how we would even make an extension on it and add steps down into our yard, which is significantly down below our house thanks to a slope in our yard. And he said, oh, this is going to be really easy, Will. It's going to be easy. And I don't think it's going to cost that much. He was being nice. He was being so nice, in fact, that it took weeks for me to finally get that quote back. Only after I had to reach out to this gentleman multiple times asking him, what's taking so long? Oh, I'm crunching numbers. Do you need any other information to get the deck done? Oh, no, Will, I'm good. I'm just getting some pricing on some lumber. He's being nice. Because what he didn't want to tell me is that this job is difficult. This job is not going to be cheap. That this job is beyond the scope of work that he and his crew can perform, and he could not tell me that because instead of being genuine, being truthful, he was being nice. Too often in life, people are nice, and it covers up a variety of things, and it leads to false truths being known by children and parents, friends and coworkers. And that in itself is not nice. What I'm asking is that people are genuine with each other, that they are truthful, that what is spoken from their words is actually what they mean, what they feel, what they believe. See, we live in a society now that wants to sugarcoat things. We have to make everyone feel good and prop each other up. And not every instance of life can be that. I'll give you an example. And this may be something that hits home for some of you, and if not, then God bless you. You're doing great. I mentioned in the very first podcast that I'm trying to lose some weight before I hit the big 40. It's even hard to say, the big 40. And the other day, a lady at work said, "Oh, are you losing weight?" Oh, that would be a really nice compliment had I actually lost any weight recently. But she knows that I'm working out, and she was being nice. Now, my trainer, on the other hand, was genuine with me in that my diet is still not in line with the way it needs to be. My workouts are not as hard as they should be, and that his time is valuable, and so is mine. And if we're going to be productive together, then I need to be following his advice, putting in the work, eating the right food. He was being genuine. He was telling me exactly what needed to be heard. He was saying exactly what he needed to say and was not covering it up with a nicety like, "Oh, Will, you're working really hard. It's gonna happen." We do this with our children. I know I've been guilty of it, where they will come home from school and will have gotten a poor grade on a paper and say, "Oh, it's okay. You should try better next time." And while there is something to trying harder the next time you have an opportunity to do something, the truth is, if you're being genuine, is that the effort should be there at all times if you're trying to do a good job. You should listen when you're in class and take the notes. Listen to your instructor or to your teacher to make sure you're following through on exactly what it is that's being taught. Otherwise, you're not being genuine as a student to those trying to teach you. Life is not easy. Balance is not easy in life. We've talked about how easy coffee is, and coffee is so easy that you can press a button on a Keurig and 20 seconds later you have a hot cup of Joe. And there is some genuine honesty in that cup of coffee. You know exactly what to expect every single time. But people today are not like that. We don't always know what to expect other than people are being nice. I posted a picture on Instagram earlier this week and had some really good reactions. Lots of the little hearts, the likes. And I started thinking, we've perpetuated ourselves into this world of needing to feel affirmation for everything that we do, regardless of how good it may be, regardless of how impactful or meaningful it may be to others. And we've done this to ourselves. We've done this to ourselves as a group of people who believe now that being nice and saying a nice thing, a nice word, is better than being genuine. I'm not saying, again, to go and be mean to people, not telling you to be rude to your neighbor, but I am telling you that it's better to be truthful and genuine and honest with the words that come out of your mouth than just to say something to be nice. In church this past Sunday, our associate minister, Jonathan, was in the pulpit preaching. He was talking about Lazarus and Jesus, and how Jesus would perform the miracle of raising Lazarus. And can you imagine for a moment if Jesus had just been nice? If he had just said, well, Lazarus lived a great life, and it's time for him to rest in peace and enjoy eternity with our Heavenly Father. If you know the story of Lazarus, Lazarus did not live a nice life. Lazarus sat outside the gate of a rich man and ate the scraps from his table. He was covered in sores. He was in pain. But instead, no, Jesus brought him back and in better fashion, in a genuine act of kindness and love. So I ask you this week, as you go into the weekend, don't just be nice. Yes, say a kind word to people as you see them on the street. Of course, uplift your children and your spouse, your coworkers, and those you meet. But be genuine. Mean what you say. It's not enough to ask, how are you, if you don't care. If you're going to ask that simple question, how are you? Be genuinely mindful and curious as to how that person is. Listen to what they say and start a real dialogue and conversation. I thank you for joining me today on the Coffee Connection. I hope that you go out and find ways that you can be genuine in your life and not just nice. God bless.